not just about marking 25 years. It's about expressing in a meaningful way Sterling's deep and genuine appreciation to you, their clients, the partners, the friends who have been at the heart of Sterling's journey. Your trust, your loyalty, and your belief in what Sterling does have shaped who they are today. And for that, they say a big thank you. When you look at the company at 25, when you look at an evening like this, you see the turnout of your clients, family members. How do you feel? What is your thought at this time?
When we started, we certainly didn't think this far down the road. But we're very happy that many of our very early clients are still here with us. Some of them here today as well. So it really is a fantastic feeling to be able to share the occasion with our clients, because without you guys, we certainly wouldn't be here.
You mentioned the very beginning, 2001, a year that for many people had many different things happening worldwide, lots of challenges. But in the midst of a challenge, in the middle of a crisis, you saw an opportunity. So let's go back there. Let's talk about the days when you had this idea, when you saw the gap in the market and you decided to take that leap. Take us back there.
Well, it certainly was a very interesting time because we'd just come out of the 1990s. And of course, we had very high inflation, high interest rates, the collapse in the financial sector. And it was really challenging for people who were looking for medium to long-term investments that would preserve the value of their principal and also give them a good return. And so we thought that, we might be able to offer some solutions in that area. And we also thought that there was a need. And really that's why we started Sterling. And there was a market. There were people who were discerning enough to realize the need to secure their principal, as well as try to earn the best interest they could on it. And we've been very fortunate to have been able to capture a place in the market, delivering those services, and very happy that you're all here with us today.
There's so many things now to consider in this 25th year. When you look at how far Sterling has come, Marion, and where you are now, what is the focus now of Sterling?
Trying to invest and grow your wealth in Jamaica is a pretty difficult thing to do. The economy doesn't grow. It's a pretty small place. The market is very thin here. So it's very challenging. And most people who have either A, amassed wealth, or B, are on a journey to doing so, chances are they're pretty disciplined, pretty focused. They definitely value delayed gratification. And I think they're pretty astute and judicious, and that's something that we share and we have in common with them. So I think we try to honor those values through what we invest in. The more things change, I think, in a way, the more they remain the same. So now we have a lot more access to information, but I would say the principles of investing have not changed significantly. I think the markets may be a bit more volatile and they're maybe, larger than they were before. But certainly, I think it just enhances the importance of the investing principles and the philosophies that we've used going forward, and finding ways to make them available to more people in the future.
Absolutely. The mission stays the same, even in an evolving market. When you look back, what would you say was the most testing time for Sterling?
6 months after we started the business, 9/11 happened. And that was a major earthquake in financial markets. We then had the great financial crisis in 2008, 2009. There was a Euro debt crisis, the pandemic, all very challenging. In fact, what we did discover, though, was that each of these crises brought opportunities. And we were very fortunate to be able to take advantage of the opportunities that came along. Just as an illustration, the 9/11 brought range notes, which were high-yielding, high-quality fixed income notes. The great financial crisis brought a lot of very undervalued securities into the market. And even the pandemic provided tremendous opportunities. And if you're cautious and prudent and I guess a bit lucky, then you can take advantage of those opportunities.
Absolutely. I think that deserves a round of applause, please. To be able to see the opportunities in the midst of a crisis, it's not for the weak at all. So, Marian, because of course, one of the most powerful stories is the clients who started investing and now watching their children and their grandchildren benefit from those decisions. So let's talk about the importance that Sterling has placed on generational wealth building over the years.
I don't think it's something Sterling can take credit for, because I think it again comes back to the values of our clients, and we really stand in such awe and admiration of their discipline and their astute decisions, because again, you can provide the products, but people do have to take advantage of them. So, someone calling you in COVID-19 to tell you to buy a UK bank bond yielding 18%, it takes a certain level of person to go for that. In terms of the intergenerational wealth, certainly I think that because our clients are very long-term focused, just like we are, they'll bring their kids to the investor briefing. There are probably some kids here tonight. And I mean, kids can be anywhere from teenagers to 50-year-olds. I think grandchildren are here tonight whose grandfathers would have been clients. To sustain attractive returns in the medium to long term is a lot harder than it is to get, a few one-off hits in the short term. And I think they recognize that and bring their kids on board, put them on their accounts, and try to educate them as much as possible. So we appreciate that about them and try to include everyone in the decisions and education as much as possible.
Absolutely. And I think that speaks volumes to, of course, the principles that you have. Sir Ross, can you just give us some insights, those non-negotiable principles that Sterling is ran on?
At our recent strategic retreat, annual retreat, principles were really at the center of our discussion. Client centricity is what we call it, which really means putting the client first, putting their interests first, and really trying to deliver for them what's in their best long-term interest. That is our number one principle, I suppose. And in fact, the first 3 of our 11 principles that we came up with are client-focused. So bottom line is the client comes first, and their interests come first, and it's our duty to provide for their best interests.
To the persons who are looking on and to the clients who've been with Sterling over the decades, what do you want to say to them?
Well, I mean, the easy answer is to say thank you, and we're so grateful for their patronage. But I want to say, boy, we're really impressed by you, because some of the decisions and the discipline and the sacrifices they have made to do well, to continue on this journey, have been truly amazing. And I think we also stand a bit in admiration and awe, and of course gratitude to our clients, but they teach us a lot as well by the way they live their lives. So I'd like to say congrats as well, because the clients that have stayed have really stood the test of time, been able to judge fads and been able to make good decisions about risk and return. Genuinely something that I think people give thought to and make a judgment call on. So I want to say congrats, and that we're grateful not just for their patronage, but also for what they teach us through how they live their lives.
Absolutely. Sir Ross, what do you want to say to the dedicated clients here today?
Well, I like Marian. I want to thank them for their support over the years. Without them, we wouldn't be here. They're the reason we get up every day and go to work. And we just hope that they're with us for another 25 years.
Sir Sinclair, let me start with you. You've spent a lifetime building meaningful, achievements professionally, personally, as a husband, as a father, as a grandfather. So tell us what brought you to Sterling in the very first place. And as an attorney, we know that you're a man who reads between all the lines.
I had a bond that had matured, and I was looking for a home for it. And I decided to check to see what Sterling had to offer. Apart from which, I have known Charles for many years and had heard a lot of good things about Sterling. And I decided to go there, and I think it was an excellent decision. I've not regretted 1 minute.
So, sir, let me ask you this one, because I know you're going to have to tell us the truth here. Your experience as a client, what has it been like since you joined the Sterling team?
It's been wonderful. I should, at my age and stage, be risk averse. Unfortunately for me, I am not risk averse. And therefore, I needed Sterling to save me from myself.
I love your honesty. Thank you so much for sharing that. And I'm very happy you mentioned that about not being a risk averse, because Carol, your mom was not risk averse either. Please tell us about what brought your mommy to Sterling in the first place.
Well, I was young, but my mother involved me in Carol Jean, learn your lesson. I went today somewhere, I put X amount in the company, they're going to have growth. I just feel good about them. Your name is on the investment. I want you to be a part of this. But my mother was a Sterling person. I followed, and I am truly a Sterling person. I'm our family. They're my family.
Oh, Carol. But we understand. And we thank you so much for staying with Sterling. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I want to ask you about that as well, Sir Sinclair, because at this stage in your life, with the legacy that you've built over the years, let's talk about the importance of having a financial partner that you can rely on.
It's very important. I have found that Sterling's level of professionalism and care serves both large and small investors. And we're all trying to secure and to become, if possible, financially independent. It's not an easy thing to achieve. I'm still trying. As I tell a lot of people, I came into this world with nothing, and I still have most of it. But I'm trying.
They understand you. They understand how you invest. They help me with my files. My files are always up to date. They take care of me. And not only that, they support me in everything I do. If I call them up and say, I'm putting on a fundraiser, they not only come, they bring members
Wow.
to come to help me. And when I look, one big truck coming through the gate. And so they not only help me to grow financially, but they help me to grow as a person more rounded in the things that I do.
Can you recall a moment that really captured how personal the relationship became?
Well, as I tell you, over the years, I felt that Sterling that offered me trust, offered me the choice of investments, kept me controlled because I want to feel a little like I want to take a risk. And Anna Joyous won't allow it because I want to take a risk at my stage. Again,
I want to ask of you, Sir Sinclair, to give me one word as we wrap up. One word that you would use to describe Sterling Asset Management, and why that word?
I would say caring, because from what I've observed, the level of care and professionalism that's meted out to large investors is also done with small investors. And I have found that the customer service in the time that I have been there has been excellent. And I think that's very important. It's very important to me, and I'm sure it's important to all their investors. You can't beat them on customer service.
And I want to ask of you as well, Carol, your one word to describe Sterling, and why that word?
Sterling is just Sterling.
Sterling is just Sterling. I could not have said that any better myself. Thank you so much. Can you put our hands together, please, for these Sterling clients? Mr. Ethan Sinclair, and we thank as well Ms. Carol Jean Haslam for sharing your experience with Sterling.
anniversary, Sterling Asset Management. All your investors have nothing but the greatest faith and trust in you. And we look forward to a fabulous another 25.
And Sterling reaches 25 years. That means to me that we must be doing something right. And hopefully this means that this will keep us on track for the next 25.
It's great to be here with our clients. Thanks to everybody who's come to celebrate what's really a very important milestone for us.